When you go to the range, do you carry a first aid kit? If not, let me show you one you should probably consider. In my car, I keep a backpack, and in that backpack is some basic tools and a first aid kit. Now, the first aid kit is the normal first aid kit that you can get at Walmart or Target or any of those stores. It has about 150 items in them, and they're mostly Band-Aids. Now, Band-Aids are important to have, but in a true emergency, they're not going to help you. These kits are missing critical items for when you're at a range and you might be dealing with a gunshot wound. Before I go any further, there's a couple of things I want you to understand. Number one, I am not a healthcare professional. Sure, I understand the basics of first aid, but I am not a trauma person. I'm not a first responder. I just know the basics. Number two, owning a kit does not save lives. Knowing how to use the kit is what saves lives. And number three, the product I'm going to show you was sent to me by MyMedic for evaluation. Now, I've been a MyMedic affiliate for a long time, but now I'm actually showing you some of their products. And number four, stick around to the end because I have a discount code for you. MyMedic is a company that was born out of tragedy. I encourage you to go to their website and read about it. Now, since I'm a gun person, they sent me their Range Medic. And this is the advanced version. It has a couple of extra things to it. So let's dig into this pack and see what it's all about. Now, it's a really nice case. And you can see here they have some MOLLE straps in the back in case you have MOLLE gear that you want to attach this to. And then let's open this up. And this is just a patch here that holds that down. And in here is a tourniquet. And you can see there's your tourniquet. And this is really just kind of Velcroed onto the front. So if you need the tourniquet, you can get access to it immediately. Tourniquets are used to save lives on major bleeds, and you want them to be readily available. Tourniquets are used for massive bleeding on limbs. Now, there are some myths about it. When I was taught to use a tourniquet, it was a last-ditch effort and you're probably going to lose a limb. A few years ago, I had surgery on my hand and I was awake during that surgery and they actually used a tourniquet. And when they started to use the tourniquet, I kind of freaked out on the surgeon and he educated me about tourniquets. He goes, you're used to these things for life-saving. There's new data that shows that you can tourniquet for a lot longer than we originally thought. And that's why we're using a tourniquet for the surgery, is to control the blood flow so he could see. So definitely do your research on tourniquets. There are do's and don'ts about tourniquets. Make sure you educate yourself about them. Now, if we go deeper into this pack, and I've pulled this pack apart and I've looked at everything, and trust me, there is so much stuff in these packs that you're definitely going to want to make sure you understand how to use this stuff. Now, if you open it up, you have your gloves, and you have some sodium chloride, you have your quick clot. And I'm never going to get this stuff in. It took me a while to get this stuff back in after I play with it. You have a compression gauze, so definitely go check this stuff out. If you buy the advanced kit, they'll give you, I think it's like a 5 or 6 video training series, and they'll show you how to use this stuff. And you can just watch this stuff over and over again and get your training. But also consider going to like a first aid class and recertify every year on your first aid and CPR and things like that. But if you just buy the advanced kit, you at least get some training with it. Let's see here. We have the emergency pressure bandage. And, of course, we got a little bit of, lip guard and ointment and stuff like that. But then you also get the chest seal. And you really do need to learn how to use this. This is not something that you want to learn in the field. Of course, you have your obligatory scissors. And then as we get down in here, there's 2 pouches right here. So we'll get in here, and here's your typical Band-Aids and ibuprofen and things like that. So they got your basics in there that you're used to, but you also notice there's not a whole lot of Band-Aids because they're trying to give you the most amount of stuff in a small package, and it doesn't really make sense to carry, 300 Band-Aids. Carry a few that you need. When you use them, replenish them. And that's about it for this kit. You can see it doesn't seem like a lot, but the stuff that they give you is important to have. With the exception of the tourniquet, all this stuff has directions to use. And you can see here, it's cover, apply pressure, wrap, and then press to attach. Again, cover, apply pressure, wrap, press to attach. Clean area, pull back, apply over injury, and press firmly. And your quick clot, open the package, and it starts talking about how to use the quick clot. If you're going to pack a wound that's a very advanced technique, you need to understand what you're doing. And you'll use 3 things if you're packing a wound. So definitely go get your training. Having the kit is not enough to save a life. Go get trained. I can't stress that enough. Now, as you can see, all this stuff is vacuum sealed, so it'll stay nice and dry and sterile. So if there's a failure of that seal, these things are going to expand. You're going to know that this is no longer sterile. And you can see all this stuff is vacuum sealed. With the exception of the quick clot, it's not really vacuum sealed, but you can see that it is sealed and it's not going to get dirty. And then you have all your other stuff. They just put them in little baggies, so that way they stay dry as well. Now I have the advanced kit, which means I have the tourniquet, the liquid skin, the quick clot, and the chest seal. Other than that, this is all the stuff that comes with your regular kit. It's plenty, but again, if we're dealing with trauma, there's a couple of extra things that we'll want to have. So for me, I like having the extra items. Of course, you can always add them later. Now, with the advanced kit, we talked about before with the tourniquet, and I've always been trained that when you use a tourniquet, you need to note the time. And every training that I've seen afterwards has always said you need to note the time, because when that tourniquet gets on, it doesn't come off. It comes off in the emergency room or in surgery or wherever you're going to have your advanced life-saving support. And they want to know how long that tourniquet's been on, because it depends on what their surgery is going to do and what's going to happen with that limb. So probably the oversight that I see with this kit is, if you're going to give me a tourniquet, give me a Sharpie or a pen or something so I can note the time. Now, I keep pens and Sharpies and stuff like that in my range bag anyway for just, marking targets and things like that. But definitely consider putting a Sharpie in with your kit. I don't know where you're going to fit it because this kit's so tight, but on the sides here, you can see we have some MOLLE straps there. You can always just slide a pen in there and stick it on your kit. Now, as for these bags, they come in different colors. I have the Coyote tan one. My range bag is black, so I definitely don't want a black one on my black bag. I want to make sure that my life-saving kit is a different color so it can be seen. The Coyote tan is just not obnoxious. They have red ones as well, and go out there, see what colors they have, choose your color. Now, like I said, this is the Range Medic. They have kits all the way from small backpacking ones to very advanced kits. Go out there and check it. Just realize that you can buy more kit than your training or knowledge. Make sure that you get the kit that matches your knowledge. If you're going to have something more advanced, make sure you up your knowledge. Now, the material in this bag is not thin. It's a pretty good material. It's pretty tough. And what I like about it is on the inside is it's also kind of lined in like a vinyl coating. So you get a little bit of waterproofing with this. Now, you know, obviously with a zipper, this is not going to be completely waterproof, but occasionally getting wet or some light rain and things like that, it's not going to infiltrate the kit. And even if it does, this stuff is still sealed. So they've thought this kit out really well. You know, the only real points that I can take off with this is, number one, if you have the advanced kit, they didn't give you a pen. And number two, they need to give you repacking instructions. Getting all this stuff back into the kit is a nightmare. I'm not going to lie to you. There's not a lot of room, and we're stacking a lot of gear into this kit. So other than that, you know, the zippers are pretty nice. You saw me fight with the zipper in the beginning. That's just because there's so much stuff in there, and I didn't get this packed, you know, correctly. But the zippers do, you know, open fairly easily. You have a lot of Velcro on this thing, so if you want to attach more stuff to the pack, you can. For a product, I think it's very well thought out. I would give this a good, you know, 4.5 out of 5. It's a great kit. Just give me a pen with the advanced kit, and you know, maybe even, you know, like I said before, you would get the training with the advanced kit. Maybe give us training for everything. You know, make sure everybody gets trained. Now, in the beginning, I told you that I have a coupon code for you. You can save 20% by using the coupon code TRB20. So put TRB20 in your checkout and get 20% off your kit. These things are expensive. They do go up. The base kit's like 60 bucks, and when you start adding the advanced items to it, it goes up from there. So 20% is a good deal to save, especially when you start adding up multiple kits or adding the advanced kits to it. Thanks for watching. Hope you're staying safe out there, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.